Okay, great. Let's now go on to key number 2. Increasing the amount of purchases or the number of purchases.
Sure.
How do you do that?
Well, there are many ways. I mean, you can increase just the profit margin in the specific product that you're selling. But 2 that I normally suggest to people that I'm working with are cross-selling and upselling. With your product, there are normally other products and services you have within your business that you can attach to that sale. You know, we all know of the McDonald's story that, you know, when people come in to order, you're always asked, do you want fries with that? Do you want this with that? It's an upsell. Every business, I believe, needs to adopt that approach because your customers, if you're truly there to serve your customers, they're going to need more of your products that they don't even realize that they need. Now, this comes back to a belief system that you and I have discussed before, which is doing business with me is the best choice that my client can make. And part of that is making sure that their needs are met. So if they're coming in to buy a TV and they're looking at just the TV, these different things, you know, being in the business, that if you find out that they have a family, they have kids, they have, you know, this specific household, that more than likely, in about 2 to 3 months, they're going to be wishing they would have purchased X, Y, or Z as an addition to this.
Parental key control
Parental
or
key
something
control.
like that?
Yeah, all those sorts of things. So why not build that into that initial purchase? Saying, you know, Jerry, you know, we've done some business for a while here. I know that this is what you're looking at. This is how it meets your needs. And this is what I found in the past. Other people who have purchased this product have really found 2 or 3 months later that this is something they need. So you can cross-sell, you can upsell. There are always opportunities to increase that purchase after the client has actually entered your
However,
business.
a lot of times when clients come in, they have their mindset on buying this one thing or these 5 things. Makes it difficult to cross-sell or upsell, doesn't it?
It can. And,
How do you get around that?
well, it's not so much about getting around it. It's about giving them the opportunity. It comes back to the same thing as referral systems. If you're, I would say that people attempt to upsell or cross-sell less than they do referrals. They're, especially inexperienced salespeople, they're fear-driven. You know, they are in that place of going, I don't want to upset the customer, I don't want to do these things. Asking for a referral is an intrusion, and trying to sell them more than what they're looking for, they feel like they're going to blow that initial sale out of the water. My belief is that you increase the per transaction profit by, again, systemizing and making sure that every time a client does come in, you do offer something as an upsell or a cross-sell. Car companies do it all the time with extended warranty services. Electronics do it with extended warranty services. And your client perfectly has the right to say, no, I'm not interested. And if they don't know it's available to them, how are they going to purchase it? You're not going to hit 100% with it, but you are going to increase your per profit transactions with some of those clients.
However, many products don't immediately, for example, suggest service contracts or these types of things. Are there other things that you might suggest?
Absolutely. There's also some situations where the product or the service that you're selling, you don't personally have something that's going to be upsellable or cross-sellable. Strategic alliances. Again, these 3 different business keys of increasing your customer base, increasing the profit, increasing the frequency, is not just all about you. Who else do you know that has a complementary service or complementary business that you can make arrangements and agreements with that say, okay, when this person's coming in to purchase my product, I'm going to either directly through my business sell your service as an add-on to them, or I'm going to direct them to you because they're going to need your service as part of this.
Right. Now for the 3rd key, which is increasing the frequency. How would you suggest a business go about that?
There are a couple different approaches. Again, it comes back to many times your client doesn't even know that coming back to see you more often is going to enhance their purchase, depending on what your business is. Whether it's a car and it's coming back for maintenance, whether it's you know, even a hairstylist, of being able to let your people know, you know, look, the average person, the way that their hair grows, if you want to be looking as sharp as you are right now for your business or for this or that or the other, you should be coming back and seeing me every 2 weeks. People don't know this. I mean, they kind of go until they look in the mirror and see, okay, it's time for a haircut. It's about informing your clients, first off, that there is a need for you to come back and see them more often. Now, there's also situations, and this is not one of my clients, but I love to use it as an example. It's a pool company. They sell pools. It's a one-time deal other than your chlorine and your other things. Mm-hmm. So the question was, well, how can you increase frequency in revisiting there?
Right.
The average life of a pool is expected to be 15 to 20 years. Mm-hmm. So what this company did was they said, okay, what we will do is we'll guarantee your pool for 30 years if you make a commitment that you're going to come to us to open and close your pool every year. So
or even inspect it for damage in some cases.
Exactly. So they're able to ensure that the pool's being taken care of, which will extend that warranty. They will be able to find any damages, which then, if there is a problem, who's going to be the person that's hired to fix them?
Right.
They actually increased their per sale profits based over that 30 years per client by $45,000 per client, just because they built that in as reminding this person, look, you're going to need to have your pool open and closed. Let us do it. And the advantage that you get is we extend the warranty.
So why do businesses don't implement these 3 keys that you talk about? They seem to be very logical, very easy to do, and intuitive.
Yes. And my belief and my experience, Michael Gerber, who wrote the book E-Myth, The Entrepreneurial Myth, I think he laid it out very clearly that most businesses are started by people with one of 3 mindsets. They're either an entrepreneur, a person who has great vision and they have these ideas. They're a manager, a person who's a great organizer and they've worked in businesses where they've made things succeed. Mm-hmm. Or they're a technician. They're somebody who is a great artist or a great computer programmer, these types of things, and they go, you know what, since I do this so well as a job, I'm going to do it as my own business. And what happens is they come in with that mindset, with that area of expertise, and they don't look at these other areas. They're not aware of these other areas, or they delegate them to somebody who's really not qualified to do it also. They don't look at the business from the plateau where you're able to look down and see it with the eagle view of go, okay, these are the things I need to put in place. They know what they do. They know how to do it well. And then that's why many people who start their businesses really get burned out, because what they used to love to do now becomes so overwhelming for them because they aren't focusing on these 3 keys.
So actually, if you wanted to run a business successfully, what you're saying would imply is that you should have all 3 of those talents. And what better way than to get additional education?
Absolutely. I believe that, well, there's a two-pronged approach that I look at this. I believe that nobody should try and be the master of every area, but you definitely should be informed in every area.
Exactly.
Because then you're able to select who's going to be the right person to focus on that area. You know, there are many technicians who don't have the entrepreneurial ability of looking at things in that big picture mode and seeing all the possibilities.
I hate numbers. I don't understand them.
Exactly. But let's get to the point of understanding them enough that when you're delegating it to somebody, you know that they're doing the right thing for you rather than doing something that's actually going to harm your business.
That's great. Use other resources to
Absolutely.
help provide you with these. Thanks a lot, Willard. You gave us a lot of practical advice and good information. We hope to have you back again.
Always my pleasure.
How can our viewers contact you quickly?
They can visit my website, which is www.willardbarth.com, W-I-L-L-A-R-D as in David, B as in boy, A-R-T as in Tom, H.com. They can email me at willard@willardbarth.com, or they can call me at area code 570-748-5845.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
And I want to thank you for joining us today. And until next time, have a successful business.